Hello all, hope you are having fun this season. I was finally able to get a few techs and do a push to legendary tier. So we'll go ahead and claim this chest. This is what the log is looking like, which isn't too bad, I guess. And we did manage to beat the global top 1 player for a boss fight to legendary. I think lots of legendary players, but hopefully I'm not too late. Not that I'm hoping I can collect chests in legendary, but we'll give that a go later on. In terms of the tech unlocks, I was able to unlock bullet and get to the troop damage. That was the most effective tech for me. I also unlocked Seekers to try those out and start using them in combination with my Laser Ranger hits as well as trying a few Seeker hits too. They're definitely hard without the extra GBE or the heavy choppers, that's for sure. But it was interesting and fun to use them on my hits. To go through the log, Smurp, he did a really good hit and I messed up my hit. He got a fantastic time on my base. Let's go through some of my hits. So this is a common layout at 6ER. I typically try to push most of my troops on the right side so that they're clearing up that chain of defenses and ERs, while a boat of bomber is clearing down on the left side. These sort of bases are generally quite simple to take down in terms that you should ideally not be fizzling on them, but you do need to be careful of using your shock, your mine clearing, and taking care of second winds as your meat shields are starting to go low. With the extra troop damage, I'm generally able to get around 220 to 230. Before that, it was generally between 205 to 215, so that has definitely helped improve my hits. Against Capone, he is using one of my older base designs, which Mr. Olson used on a stream yesterday. So check out Mr. Olson's stream using this base as well. Now, since I designed this base, I knew how to hit it as well, and that's what I was relying upon to get a fast time, plus also using critters to the max. So I cleared up a bit on the left side, and then I'm trying to get my troops to go further up left so that they can start to work on the top ERs. Then I'm using critters to take down this corner right here and shocking the defenses to keep the critters alive. And then starting to work on the CR with a few critters as well. And since my troops spread, I was lucky enough to get a couple of bombers in this direction, and they were able to do the final Hail Mary to take down the ER quickly. This was a Seeker player, and I tried to get as quick of a time as I could. This loadout, I'm just using one boat of heavies, two boats of bombers, and the rest laser rangers with Gawan second wind. Again, this CR was unprotected, so I was able to use my critters in taking down the bulk of the health of the ER, while my troops are moving forward and generally going towards the top direction. With a few side hits from the laser ranger, that ER went down, and then my troops were able to focus on the rest of the base. I'm using critters to distract the defenses, clear out a few mines, and then letting the troops do their work with the final barrage for the final ER. This layout is quite a favorite of Seeker players, so I thought I might give it a go. Unfortunately, the shock launcher did not go down with the 2 barrage, which generally it does, so I missed that a little bit. But I delay dropped 2 boats of Seekers for the left ER, and then tried to get Bullet moving to the top ER as quickly as I could. Did get locked in a shock mine, and then the shock from the shock launcher perfectly placed. But luckily, I just had enough Seekers come in from the left side and kept Bullet taunted to take down that ER. That was quite a close one. Against Alfredo. I'm doing the same loadout mostly now, just 1 boat of heavies, with laser rangers and bombers, and using Kawan's second with rifles. And batted out 1 of the SLs, and then using critters to try to take down the CR with a couple of shocks. As long as the bulk of the ER health is going down, it's okay, because a few hits from the laser rangers will take it down, and that's all that is really needed for my hits to work. And the troops are all funneling towards the top left side. Due to the base design, I was able to throw down a board of critters as well for the CR, because the sky shield was slightly differently placed, and was able to take down that base. Against North Star, a similar sort of a layout. I'm guessing these layouts are good against Seeker players, because most of them seem to be Seeker players. After taking down the front ER, I'm just going to flare my troops up top so that they don't have to spend time killing the other defenses. That's lucky my command did not get killed by the cannon, so that was luck on my side. And then I'm going to use critters to take down the CR or damage it as much as I can. 3 boats of critters and 2 shocks, and the rest I can generally kill with a barrage or an extra shock if need be. It's Alex. On these sort of bases, I'm going to show you a trial of a split hit with laser rangers and seekers. So I reduced a couple of boats of laser rangers for this hit, and a bomber actually. And then I'm going to use 2 boats of seekers for the right ERs. I'm using a bit of barrage to clear down the shock mines and to damage the ER also slightly, because why not? And then letting the troops take over the middle ER before reflaring them and repositioning them if needed. If they already have a good enough split, then that's fine. And luckily on this one, my 2 boats of bombers had just enough force in the hits as well as the remaining seekers to take down the ER in time for me. It's a Chinese player who also had a similar layout. On this layout generally is the same sort of hit which I have been practicing, and that seems to be working. And typically you can get anywhere from 225 to 235 if the hit goes well. Just need to manage it slightly. Use your shocks and mine clearing as needed. Luckily I do have critters, so it's a bit easier for me to clear mines too. I'm not too sure whether that's for everyone, but at least for my hits, they do make a difference. And in this hit, I did do a reflare so that the troops could take down the final ER quicker. And finally, against Paul, similar hit, because most of these base designs are same, and generally, probably speaking, a lot of these people are just collecting, especially Paul, since he's already in the legendary 2 rank, doesn't need to play that much to collect a legendary chest. He hasn't changed his base, but I'm guessing he should be going 7 years soon now. Letting the seekers take over the right ERs. And then the rest of the troops are going to work on the top ER. I did a bit of a reflaring. He had a lot of mines over there to protect against seekers, I'm guessing. But with Kawan's second wind and troops, I was able to get through the base in time. In terms of next unlocks, I'm not too sure. I still have to get to heavy choppers, obviously, because those are the gateways to the 7ER, plus a way of moving forward. And there's also the third shock launcher, which could be interesting, especially against Seeker players. The Seeker players should soon be going into 7ER, the troop damage, and the extra gunboats. I'm not too sure whether adding more defense will be worthwhile or not. Plus, I did unlock Seekers, but to use Seekers fully, I think I'll require the gunboat energy, I'll require the heavy chopper, and probably also artillery. So I do have to make a decision soon whether I want to play with heavy chopper and Seekers or pick up some other nodes from my previous side of the tech tree as well. There's a few things which I haven't unlocked which could be useful nodes, especially the shock blaster, or even just keep moving forward to a shock launcher as well. Rocket launcher I can't max out, so I will probably not be picking that up. Plus, with heavy choppers out and about, it would have limited value even against laser ranger players until probably 100 DBD. So let's see what I'll end up doing. But hopefully you found this useful, folks. Keep playing and keep trying your best to get to the higher ranks as much as you can. Task Force is doing really well. Stoneheart is really safe in the legendary tier, and he's using really good play with HC Seekers to get through. A lot of the other players in my task force are pretty much all in diamond and collecting diamond chests, so hopefully they should be able to push up quite soon as well. And finally, guys, please do subscribe to my channel. I'm seeing that it's getting a lot of views in terms of the videos, but obviously I do not have that many subscribers. So if you don't mind and you can help me out, please do consider subscribing. Thank you and have a good day.